How about that cigar?
How about that cigar?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Drew Estate Cigar Studios for episode number 146 of How About That Cigar Live. Thank you so much for watching us live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and for those of you for those of you listening after the fact on the audio podcast, thank you so much for making How About That Cigar a part of your regular audio podcast rotation. And of course, we are always in the Drew Estate Cigar Studios, and let's talk about the beautiful new Acid 20 Connecticut, a smooth, mellow, sweet, and aromatic Acid 20 Connecticut Toro, which features a stately Connecticut shade wrapper, flavorful Indonesian binder, and bold Nicaraguan filler tobaccos, resulting in an extraordinary and exceptional smoking experience. Acid 20 Connecticut is a 6x54 Toro, all chromed out in 20-count boxes with an MSRP of $10.75 per cigar. They will be available to all premium tobacco retailers beginning at the Tobacco Plus Expo in Las Vegas, which just happened a few weeks ago. For more info, please visit drewestate.com. So, we're back in the studio. It's still cold.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day. Here's an important reminder. So, if you guys are watching us live on Facebook or YouTube right now, thank you so much, of course, for doing that. If you have a significant other, and if you forgot that today is Valentine's Day and you haven't already had your dinner or dancing or drinks or night away at a hotel or whatever it is you do to celebrate Valentine's Day, this is a PSA for you to stop watching the show right now. You can watch it later on rebroadcast and go and take care of Valentine's Day because you forgot. So all is not lost. It's not too late. So stop watching the show right now and go and take care of Valentine's Day. If you already did, and Justin's like, I'm out of here. If you already had your Valentine's Day fun, congratulations. That's awesome. Tonight, we're going to do some cool Valentine's Day themed pairings on the show.
Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to our guy, Chad. So Chad, that you guys see in our comments quite a bit. I went and I looked at his dojo profile. Do you know that dude is like an 11th degree black belt in the dojo verse?
Oh yeah. Chad is legit.
He is. So Chad, I just want to thank you for supporting a lot of the media, and it means a lot for someone like you to come here every week, and you're just a rock star. Thanks for being a part of the show, brother.
Rock and roll, brother. So Valentine's Day themed pairings. And before we get into the pairing, these guys are sitting around me smoking cigars, and I'm sitting here like, why am I not smoking a cigar? And that's because I haven't lit up my cigar yet. So let's get to our weekly toast cam that I'm going to have Garrett tell you about right now.
When lighting your cigar, it is important to be patient, pay close attention to detail, and focus on the tobacco. In the same way, Steve Saka brings those same qualities to the ultra-premium cigars of Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Patience, close attention, and focus on the tobacco are the qualities that Saka and Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust have become known for. From Sober Mesa to Umbagog, Dunbarton has a blend that will fit your palate, your mood, and any occasion. Visit dunbartoncigars.com to learn more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And because I did not pay close attention like Steve Saka does, when I sat up, I'm not going to show the side of my cigar what I just did to it. It'll be fine. Funny. It'll be fine. Anyway, so congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams, who
Matt
won
Stafford.
who won the Super Bowl last night against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was, as a football fan, somebody who's a fan of the game, it was a great game to watch. A lot of fun, close game. So we expected to have a bigger crowd in the cigar shop.
Good grief!
All our local folks, what's up? Why
What happened?
Why you guys not come out to the cigar shop last night?
Yeah, it was empty, and my day totally got weird, and I had the time wrong of when the Super Bowl was, and I was like, I should get to the shop early, so I'll get there around 5:30 or so. Blah blah blah. I got there a little after 5:30, and you guys are, and I'm watching the game. I'm like, what? Wait,
yeah.
What?
It was just, it was not a big crowd. So, Andrew, to answer your question, I am smoking the Perla Del Mar shade, and the camera, as it is supposed to do, is focusing on my face instead of the cigar.
Is it though?
There we go.
Kind of.
The Perla Del Mar.
Oh.
It's still got Garrett's face. There we go. Anyway, it's the Perla Del Mar shade from JC Newman. Maybe if you just... And Garrett is smoking the Diamond Crown Maximus, also from JC Newman. Fuente Pussy Juice, perfect. I'll have to pick some of those up.
I've never had one.
I don't think I've ever had one. I've had a few of the sort of more super ultra rare.
I've had a few, but I don't know like the code name for a few of those that I've had. And also just sports wise, the Wild are still, they won on Saturday. Suck it, Guitarmsons.
And they play again tomorrow. But then they've got a long run where they really don't have time off anymore unless they have more COVID related postponements.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm going to fire. Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to open up. So one of the things that is commonly a beverage that is had on I almost said Thanksgiving. One of the beverages that is commonly had on Valentine's Day is champagne or some form of sparkling wine. So I'm going to open up some of that right now.
Savor it.
I'm not going to saber it.
Oh man.
I'm not going to saber it, and I'm also not going to let the cork go flying everywhere.
Ooh.
So there's a nice little. There we go. Well done. Nice little fog coming out of the bottle there. Very bubbly. So, Andrew says Wild up 3-2 right now. I thought they weren't playing tonight. I thought they played tomorrow.
Nope, they played tonight.
And I want to know. So, we looked at the numbers. If you go back to before the NFL season started last year, if you bet on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, the odds were 15,000 to 1. So for those of you who placed that bet in August or in July of 2021, then cheers to you, because I couldn't have made that bet. What are you doing? Well, you playing Angry Birds or Clash of Birds or
Clash of
Birds of Angry Clans or whatever it is?
Well, the Facebook stream, I can't get it.
I think we're still live on Facebook. If we're not, then, well, I suppose you wouldn't be able to comment. I think we're still live. There's nothing indicating that we're not still live.
Yeah, I know. The show ended on me.
Yeah, we're live. It's all good.
And then I go to click back on it on my phone.
Well, we're going to get into our main segment where we've got chocolates, all the stuff you do at Valentine's Day. We got some champagne, we got some chocolates. So we're going to pair some cigars with some chocolates. We got a bunch of varieties and stuff. So as always, our main segment of the show is brought to us by our friends at Corona Cigar Company. Corona Cigar Company and coronacigar.com, the internet's largest and easiest to use virtual cigar store. Corona Cigar Company offers you the finest handmade cigars, humidors, and cigar accessories at the absolute lowest possible price. You'll also find unique and limited cigars containing Florida sun-grown tobacco. As a proud American, president and founder of Corona Cigar Company, Jeff Borshowitz, believed it was possible to bring cigar tobacco farming back to Florida. At Corona Cigar Company and coronacigar.com, you'll find the best selection anywhere in the world of cigars containing this special Florida sun-grown tobacco. If you live in Florida or are just visiting, be sure to visit any of the great Corona Cigar locations in downtown Orlando, Sand Lake, Lake Mary, and also the Davidoff of Geneva Lounge in Tampa. For more info on all of that, please visit coronacigar.com and floridasungrown.com.
I've had caffeine. I've had caffeine.
Yeah, Garrett showed up at the house, pretty much speaking in colors, and
I had caffeine.
Yeah, a lot of caffeine, all the caffeine. Suddenly
I had two
loud.
espressos and a short amount of time, and it's been a long time since I've done that. Because if anybody knew that, year and a half ago, I had a heart ablation to take care of some wiring issues in my heart. Wasn't life-threatening, but it was annoying. Because of that condition, I wasn't able to do much caffeine at all. But now I can, and every once in a while, I'll juice it a bit, and I'm riding the lightning today. Riding the lightning. It's fun.
So for Valentine's Day, it's very common that you see something like what I hold right here. Mm-hmm. So this is a Whitman sampler. I mean, this is probably one of the most popular chocolate samplers, in the world. And this is, of course, the nice Valentine themed packaging for that. So we're gonna break this open. We've also got a selection of I keep getting that excuse me, Godiva 72%.
Luciano, don't bring facts into this. We don't. When do facts matter?
Yeah, the darker the roast, the less caffeine.
And I know that. Maybe it's psychosomatic.
And I've got some classic Lindt white chocolate.
It's not chocolate.
Which is not chocolate, but we're not going to get into that. And then we have classic Lindt milk chocolate. And then something a little different, a little interesting. This is from, I don't know how to say it, Chihuahua. So it's called Firecracker, and it is chocolate with sea salt, a dash of chipotle, and popping candy crackle. So I have no clue what to expect from this. But we also have the sampler that we're going to open up right now and try a few things. Should we do it blind, where you don't know which chocolate you're getting, or 100%. Do you want to select from the?
No. I like because that way you are completely. Yeah.
Although I will say, with the Whitman sampler, it's pretty hard to, because I mean, if you've ever had a Whitman sampler, you pretty much know based on the shape what they all are, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
well, it's been a while, so I don't
select
know.
Away.
I'm going to take this,
Justin.
All right.
Justin chose wisely. I'm just going to say that.
Oh, Luciano. No, I haven't. Oh, it's terrible.
Nicaraguan chocolate. I am not a fan. I love Nicaraguan coffee. Well, some Nicaraguan. Coffee is like, I mean, you can get good or bad coffee from anywhere, but there are some Nicaraguan blends of coffee that I've absolutely loved.
So I want to ask, especially Luciano and Skip Martin who are watching, do you get the best pairing? Do you go cigar first or chocolate first, or whatever you're pairing with the beverage, or what order do you do it in? Because I'm going to do chocolate first, and then I'm going to hit the cigar, and then maybe I'll do the opposite.
Yeah, and then we've got other cigars to try. And remind us, Garrett, what are you smoking?
The Maximus,
the Diamond Crown Maximus, which is definitely bolder than the PDM, the Perla Del Mar shade, because the Maximus has a Sumatra Oscuro wrapper, if I'm not mistaken. So, and what kind of chocolate did you end up getting from the luck of the draw?
That was just a milk chocolate with peanuts.
Oh, right on. So I got dark chocolate with coconut, which a lot of people hate on coconut. I absolutely love it. And the champagne, I got to try a little of the champagne too. And this is it's not a champagne. It's a Napa
Champagne.
It's a Napa sparkling wine. Right there.
Lick it. Okay. I was like, lock it. What does he mean? Like, is there a phrase? I don't know. Okay.
Always in that
Lick it,
order.
Suck it, slam it.
always in that order.
Valentine's Day.
Well, it's good to have a guide. It's good to thank you, Skip.
Yeah.
It's good to have a guide.
Maybe I'll call you later tonight and make sure that I get that order right.
Are you still in Costa Rica, Skip? Let us know if you're still there. It looks like a cool place. And I'm talking too much as always, and my cigar's
I know,
out.
mine did too.
So I'm gonna relight here.
So interesting. I'm getting more. No, that milk chocolate was really light milk chocolate, but I'm actually getting more flavor melding from the peanuts in that last one that I had with this cigar.
Luciano says the milk level on the chocolate is important. In general, it coats the tissue and can mask a lot of the. Yeah, that makes sense. More sugar, more that dairy coats the palate, coats the tongue. That makes sense. And also this one I have with the coconut. The coconut is sort of mixed with a sugary sort of syrup or something.
And
like
milk
that.
Milk chocolate is mostly an American thing, correct?
As far as I know, yeah. I think it is. Yeah.
That sourness that with the real milk chocolatey is pretty unique to the Americas. But like I said, that chocolate almost added nothing to it, and it was more about the peanuts in that bite that I had.
Well, the coconut was actually kind of nice with this Connecticut shade.
Same thing though, milk chocolate on that.
No, it was dark.
Oh, it was.
It was dark. Yeah.
Okay.
And I noticed it's funny because with the cigar, it goes well together. Actually, that particular chocolate with the champagne, not so good. Not such a good combo. It's not bad. It's just because this is more of a dry sparkling wine. So kind of brings out sort of a sour kick with the chocolate, the coconut.
You know, it's interesting. Do you remember in Vegas for the PCA when Luciano came out to the compound and we had part of one cigar and then he had us put that down and go to another cigar?
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. And now that I'm thinking about the situation you've got going on, I've never really thought about pairing multiple items where we've got some chocolate, you've got a beverage and the cigar. The kind of trifecta. Have you guys ever tried a trifecta of pairings? And what does that look like for you?
Well, and we can mix it up a little bit here too, because
I want some dark. No, I want something dark.
Well, here, let's crack this open. Let's get the good stuff out.
While we're doing that, Raul Ramos has a comment.
Of course he does.
Just wanted to say hi. Appreciate you. I'm spending tonight with the wife. Well, of course, it's Valentine's Day.
Thanks. I've left my lighter at the cigar shop 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then Matt said in a text, if he does it again, it's mine.
So there's witnesses. If that lighter, and that's a nice lighter, if that lighter gets left behind at the shop again, I'm taking it home with me.
Ooh, cognac, chocolate, and cigars.
I like that. All right. This is the good stuff.
What is this, 72?
Godiva, 72%. So this is the good stuff.
I thought you were amped on caffeine earlier. Wait till after this, Garrett.
Yeah, get some caffeine now. And this is the snappy chocolate, so we're gonna have crunching noises in the microphones, the whole bit. Ooh, Manchego cheese, Irish whiskey, Redbreast 12, and a Perdomo 10th anniversary. That sounds
delightful.
Fantastic.
Okay. I mean, right away on the dark chocolate.
The other day, I tried Matt's cigar.
COVID.
I thought my cigar tasted funny.
The thing that I love about dark chocolate is the acidity, that bitiness of
with the cigar and this dark chocolate, crazy dark chocolate.
Now that was a good pair right there.
I'm not gonna lie, I think just in general, I don't care for this sparkling wine.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm gonna try it again, but
can I smell it?
Yeah, it's, you know how sometimes when you get
very bright,
when you get a wine or a sparkling wine that's supposed to be dry, but it's past the point of dry where it's actually sour and bitter. That's kind of what I'm getting from this sparkling wine, is it's more sour and bitter than it is dry. There's no, it's strange.
And the finish with milk chocolate, it was very quick coating. With this dark chocolate, I feel like it stays in my mouth a little longer.
Does it stay in your mouth a little longer?
It does. I like it when it stays in my mouth longer. And I'm able to hit the cigar a couple times with that one bite of chocolate. And it's still... Me gusta. Italian salami, Elijah Craig, and an Aladino Corojo Reserva Robusto. That sounds delightful.
I don't think I've ever had any kind of cured, dried meats with cigars before. I probably have.
So the fats of the salami really bring out some beautiful flavors.
I like that.
I do too.
You know what I don't like? This sparkling wine. No bueno.
Looks like we're done with the sparkling wine.
Yeah. Talk.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna
grab a different beverage because
gonna grab different beverages.
No good.
Well, I'm gonna try a different chocolate.
There's the chocolates. Knock yourself out.
I'm gonna go with the one that I think I'm gonna have the most fun with, and what I think people want to see. We're going firecracker. I have never. So when I first saw this today, it reminded me of a video that I saw recently of this guy who ate a whole packet of Pop Rocks and then drank a Coca-Cola. If you just search YouTube or TikTok or whatever for that, you will laugh uncontrollably. The aftermath is hilarious. So we're gonna try just one of these. Little ASMR there. Can you hear that popping? Can you hear the popping?
Oh, yeah.
And then the chili comes in at the end. That is on its own. That is fantastic. fantastic. And with the cigar, really similar experience with just the plain chocolate. However, this Maximus, I wouldn't call it a spicy cigar by any means, but it does have just this natural little, almost a white pepper-ish thing on the finish that's completely masked by the chili that's in this chocolate. So that's completely gone, washed out by the chocolate. But it's a really similar flavor pairing with the dark chocolate. The sea salt, it was there right on the front end of tasting the chocolate, but quickly went away. So there's no lasting salt to get any kind of mix in there. Matt, you got to try this. The chocolate on its own is fantastic.
The poppy stuff?
Yeah, the poppy. And I did a ASMR little crackly in the mic. It's poppy. It's good.
All right, so I'm going back to my roots, which is my sort of go-to rum and cigars.
Dry sparkling and high acidic cigars, Peruvian, Nica Jalapa, they go together well. Yeah, and again, a long finish on that chocolate.
On this,
I'm still getting the chili. It's a long finish on that chili, which I really like. I love. And it's so it's one of those things that you play with when you pair. If you like the sweetness of your cigar, don't pair it with anything that's overly sweet. Otherwise, the sweetness of the cigar is completely lost. I enjoy a spiciness in my cigar when there's spice there to be had. And while this chocolate is fantastic, I lose the spiciness in this cigar.
So I'm just going to try a very tiny little bit of the firecracker. Oh, weird. That's weird.
Let's hear it.
And then
That's
wait
gross.
for it. The chili comes in on the end.
And I'm also going to change things up a little bit, pairing wise, and just to get some new flavor profiles cooking. Now that
what
I
we
have
should
the
have
rum
done,
going.
Grant, is so I had a wonderful experience with a Cavalier White Series with a pan-seared sea bass and an Arnie Palmer last night when we were having that walleye. We should have done a little something, but I just wanted to put food in my face, and I wasn't.
Yeah, last night was more about just eating
Yeah.
than it was about tasting. DoorDash from Muddy Cow rarely disappoints.
Chad, we are going. We will be at the Great Smoke. Are you going?
Jazz with metals like Miles Davis trumpet with chocolate. I like that.
Dreamer wine. Wait, what?
Dreamer wine.
Yeah.
Tell us more about Dreamer Wine.
So I'm going to fire up a Undercrown 10, a Boulder offering with San Andreas wrapper and plenty of Ligero.
Mexican hot chocolate.
Which I've had many times, and definitely with rum. I've had it with chocolate before. It's a cigar that's got a lot of boldness to it, but from what I've seen, it can stand up to pairing it with something like rum or even this super dark chocolate.
And I'm just doing water.
Water's good. Then you get more from the cigar and the chocolate. Grant says the dreamer goes with anything, even when I sleep. I dream of the dreamer. That's awesome.
Aw.
So Luciano is giving us a link to that's the new sizes of the dreamer.
Which, if you didn't see our coverage from TPE, go and look for our interview with Luciano. You get to see all the new sizes of the dreamer.
What do you got cooking there? Seeking something out?
Yeah. I'm going to...
Yeah, see this... we go back to our comfort places sometimes when we... sometimes we'll experiment with different beverage pairings, different food pairings, and... they're not always going to be home runs. That's one of the reasons we do the pairing roulette that we've done in the past. And, they're definitely not always home runs. Like that sparkling wine that I just had. For me, it was not a home run. It didn't go well with the chocolate or with the cigar. And I've had sparkling wines that, I wish I could rewind fast. And I've had sparkling wines with cigars before that have been a fantastic pairing. That was not one of them. So I'm going to have to go back and find that sparkling wine from Spain that I bought last summer, because that stuff was absolutely fantastic with a Connecticut shade. So, good luck.
We're going to see what this La Gloria Cubana Criollo de Oro.
You should have talked to me about before you pulled that one out of the humidor. It's all right.
I'm just, we're
I'm
playing with flavors.
Having some more of the dark Godiva with plantation rum. That's very nice. So good luck. Shit. I'll say this and only this. And I say this only out of true honesty. It has nothing. There's no bias here. There's no animosity whatsoever. Literally none whatsoever. My review of that cigar will be published very soon to howaboutthatcigar.com. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. Let me get into this here.
Retro.
Let me probably not going to retro.
Okay, so now I've got my palate working with this 72% Godiva chocolate with the rum and this dark San Andreas wrapped Undercrown 10. And this is, is it my favorite pairing ever? No, but it's really approaching kind of what I consider to be my sweet spot. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be rum, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be a San Andreas Maduro cigar, but I do tend to gravitate more towards darker, richer cigars with a wrapper that has spent more time in the pillow and fermenting, that's darker, that's got kind of this even if it's a rustic appearance to it, mottled color doesn't mean that it's a bad wrapper. So I've heard from many people, Pete Johnson included, Luciano even, that a lot of times when you look at the cigars lined up in that top row of the box, you know, and it'll be, let's say they're all broadleaf U.S. Connecticut broadleaf wrappers, and one or two of them, the appearance of the wrapper is maybe a little bit more modeled, maybe not so perfectly smooth and even, that those are actually the better ones. For whatever reason, they just have more, I don't know, a better flavor profile. I don't know if that's true, but
what do you pair with hay bales and grass?
What do you pair with hay bales and grass? Keystone Light.
Mm-hmm.
Push.
Yeah, Bush.
Bush Lights.
Rolling Rock.
And Methadone. Oh, I'm a bad person.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, we'll just try some new stuff. So yeah, like I said, this is kind of where I start to get in my comfort zone with distilled spirit. And like I said a minute ago, so it doesn't have to be a San Andreas Maduro like this Under Crown 10. It could be a Connecticut broadleaf. It could be Sumatra. It could be Cameroon. Something that has just a little bit more more to it, and then paired with a distilled spirit, whether it's rum, bourbon, scotch. Those tend to be more in my sweet spot. I have had some good luck in the past pairing with wines, pairing with sparkling beverages, but for some reason the distilled spirits bring out a lot of different cool flavors and stuff for me.
Can I grab another pop? Nope. Yep.
Oh, the firecracker.
Yeah,
that was good. And I had such a small piece. I don't think I really got any of the chipotle.
Oh, really?
In there, but I don't want to.
I need to cleanse my palate
with a spicy sort of San Andreas. Yeah,
really?
I agree, Luciano. Scotch and San Andreas. I don't know why. Luciano, please tell us if you. And I'm also not a big fan of peaty scotches. I like cleaner, brighter Highland scotches more. Stuff like Lagavulin tends to it's so just about any cigar, unless the cigar is an absolute true powerhouse, you know, like maybe if you're talking about like a maybe a Crown Heads, you know, Court Reserve Series E, maybe a Cro-Magnon, maybe a Neanderthal, something that is truly a heavy duty cigar, that some would classify as a heavy duty cigar. But yeah, Lagavulin and those kind of peaty scotches, even without pairing it, they're just not really in my wheelhouse. I much prefer brighter scotches, especially like the Balvenis that are finished in rum casks are some of my favorites. The Balvenie Caribbean Cask 14. I love it.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't most spirits going to be just sweet in nature? And what does that do to any sweetness that a cigar has?
No, they're not all sweet in nature. No. So scotches, for example, the peaty scotches. Okay, I want to see Luciano. Conflict of San Andreas has too much magnesium. Scotch has low pH. This is a science class we're getting from Luciano. I love it. Scotch has low pH, high acidity. The reaction is very conflictive with our saliva, and that makes a lot of sense. We perceive magnesium as sweet.
Interesting.
And that's why, like San Andreas Maduros, you do get, and a lot of Maduros in general, you get, maybe not all, but Maduros, I tend to get natural sweetness from Maduro cigars. So peaty scotches like Lagavulin and Oban, I think, tends more toward that sort of peaty end of things. There's very little sweetness. It's more like think of some of the cigars you've had in the past that were really earth forward, dirty, earthy, and not much else. That's kind of like a peaty scotch.
Okay.
And then when you're talking about American whiskeys like bourbon versus rye, bourbons, if it's a good quality one, you're going to tend to have a lot of natural sweetness, where ryes, you're going to tend to have more natural characteristics that taste like spice, that almost peppery or bitey on the tongue.
Yeah.
And so and rums, really most rums tend to have sweetness either at the beginning or on the finish. There are some that are sweet all the way through, typically if they're very molasses heavy when they're being made. Lafroig, that's, now correct me if I'm wrong, Luciano, Lafroig is a peaty style of scotch. I honestly don't recall. I'm not huge on scotches. And then for wines, red wines like Cabernet is dry. There's definitely you can get some sweetness at Cabernets, but they tend to be drier and have tannic sort of. Okay, so it's an Islay single malt, which I believe usually equates to more earthy, grassy, peaty kind of notes for Islay's, I believe. But yeah, my wife and I have really gotten into red blends for wines because she likes sweet wines and I like dry wines, and we found some great blends that we can get something, we'll find a blend that's got a sweet beginning but then a little bit of a dry finish, or vice versa, so that way she and I can share a bottle of wine that we both enjoy.
Sure.
So, and this rum, this plantation rum, it's definitely you can tell they definitely use a lot of molasses in the making of this rum because it's got sweetness on the beginning, middle, and end. There are other rums like Florida Caña from Nicaragua actually has almost a drier or a more kind of spicy beginning and then a sweet finish, where something like this is sweet throughout. And then Dominican rums like trying to think Kirk and Sweeney, I believe, is a Dominican rum, which is more sweet on the front and dry at the beginning. Almost spicy, has a little bit of a rye characteristic to it.
So this Undercrown 10 is obviously the San Andreas bringing a spice game into the mix. I'm going to see if it stacks up to this situation.
Oh, the spicy
because
chocolate. Yeah.
The spice that I had in the Maximus, it's a very light spice, but I want to see if.
Yeah. And I agree with Luciano on the Florida Caña 12. And I can't say on the 25, I haven't had the 25, but I've had all of them up to 18 through 18. And I actually, even at the better price points, the lower cost, I prefer the 12 over the 18 in the Florida Caña. I think the 18 has too much barrel on it. It's too woody, I think. So I prefer the 12.
I thought you liked the wood.
Well, yeah, but it's everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation. Okay.
So how's the spicy?
All right, let's see here. Dang it.
Is it good? Or is it lost?
Lost.
Is it? Chipotle is, because Chipotle is first of all, they're smoked, and then even if they're dehydrated, which they would be, and putting in a chocolate bar, even if they're dehydrated after they're smoked, most likely at some point they came in contact with adobo sauce, which also has more of that earthiness, and then you get the smokiness with the dark chocolate and that would probably just be kind of overload.
It is. I get none of the spice from that San Andreas,
but the
Godiva
72%, I think is a great. This is a great three-way with the chocolate, the rum, and the cigar. It's a good trifecta. That's a better word. Better than three-way anyway. Skip's breakfast juice, Florida.
Wow.
Florida Cognac.
Still lost.
I love watching Skip take a $500 bottle of rum and mix it with Coke, because so many people get pissed off about it. So many people on Facebook like take it personally, like it's their bottle of $500 rum that he's mixing with Coke. It's not your bottle of rum. It's Skip's bottle of rum. He can do whatever the hell he wants with it. If he wants to buy the rum and mix it with Coke, that's up to him completely. And I say bravo. I see people online just strictly to piss other people off. They'll take $1,000 bottle of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon and mix it with Coke just to piss people off. If they buy the bottle, they can do whatever they want with it. It's not 100%. What I would do with it, but it's their bottle.
Yeah. So
3 ways on V-Day. I have to think about getting shirts made. No, I'm joking.
Luciano, we need to cook together.
We do have to cook together. That would be so much fun to have like a cooking show with Luciano. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to figure out Luciano. Let's get our calendars
the Great
together.
Smoke.
We're going to have cooking and drinking and smoking
cigars
with Luciano.
Oh my gosh.
Mitchell says, I find anything spicy tends to ruin cigars. I tried spicy salami with Mabacho Tierra Volcano or Tierra Volcan. Had to clean the palate with whiskey. That I don't doubt. I've had the same, and everybody's got different spice tolerances. So Garrett can take extremely high levels of spice. And I can't. I mean, once I get up to about habanero, I'm done. That's the point that I'm not comfortable going beyond. Because when I go beyond habanero, I can't taste a damn thing. I mean, nothing. It completely kills my palate. But so, if it's a mild cigar with anything even slightly spicy, then it tends to, I agree. It tends to kill the flavor of the cigar and usually kill the flavor of any kind of milder pairing, even a non-alcoholic pairing like coffee or tea. Spice can take that all away.
Or acidity, something that's really acidic. I had this what coffee was that? It was super acidic. It was like really acidic.
Was that on the show that we did? No.
It was at a coffee shop, and this guy was making all these different coffees, and it just completely drowned anything out.
That reminds me, years ago, one of my wife's very close friends, the two of them were just having a conversation one day. It was in the middle of winter in Minnesota, and her name happens to also be Amy, and her husband had been at a coffee shop and each gotten their own different roast in their cup, and they had some left behind, and those cups stayed in the cup holders in their vehicle and got cold overnight in the middle of winter in Minnesota. The next day, one of those cups of coffee was frozen solid and the other was not. And she said to my wife, she says, why? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I told her, I said, it's because of the acidity level. One of them was a high enough or low enough pH where whatever the temperature happened to be, it was just at the point where the pH level of that was enough where it would freeze, and the other one, and I realize we're talking about minute little factors here, but
Interesting.
that's the only thing I can think of is had it have something to do with the pH.
Science.
And so yeah, one of the cups of coffee froze and the other one didn't.
Now here's my question to you. So the spicy chocolate,
Yeah.
completely drowns out the spice. Okay. Now with the Godiva, I find that it mutes the spice, but you still get some of it.
Yeah, you get some of it from the cigar.
Yeah.
But it kind of because the chocolate has a
Coats.
little sweetness, it kind of enhances the sweetness
Mhm.
of the Maduro. And I'm gonna actually right now, this was a gift from my bonus daughter Zoe, and this is a very rare version of the Lindt truffles, and it's snickerdoodle, and it's crazy over the top sweet, but it's absolutely fantastic, and it's got cinnamon and like white chocolate in it. So that's
Are
not
we
gonna
gonna
focus.
Lady in the Trumpet?
Oh no. All mine. Oh yeah, it's super crazy sweet, over the top sweet, but that'll go well with this Maduro that's got a little sweetness and plenty of spiciness too.
All right. Now, generally, I hate white chocolate because number one, it's not a chocolate; it's an almond bark. But for science and for you guys, oh, really, Mitchell? Right?
I love white chocolate.
Do you really?
I agree, it's not chocolate, but it's a very good confection.
They should call it what it is. Almond bark.
But it's not almond bark.
It is almond bark.
But that's not all it's
Ingredients:
used
sugar, cocoa, buttermilk, skim milk, soy. Oh, what? This doesn't even have any almond in it?
for. No. Did you not know that all white chocolate doesn't have automatically almonds in it?
No, I didn't.
It doesn't.
Sugar.
Almond bark is made with
Okay.
white chocolate and almonds.
The more you know.
Da, 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 da.
Hmm.
Learn something new every day on How About That
Artificial
Cigar.
flavor. I thought it was all almonds.
Nope. Does that really have artificial flavor in it?
It says artificial flavor.
I'm very disappointed.
Come on, Lindt.
Oh, so I had the chocolate. Now I got to puff the cigar.
Very sweet.
Yeah, that snickerdoodle truffle. I mean, I know it's crazy, and I retrohaled on that cigar just now, but it really pushes forward that cinnamon note from the truffle, and now the rum.
So this white chocolate completely coated my mouth and got very, very little out of the cigar.
Okay, so yeah, it's a coating thing.
Yeah, it's a coating thing.
Yeah, because there's more sugar and more of the milk fat in the white chocolate and the milk chocolate too. All right, so this San Andreas Maduro cigar, which happens to be today an Under Crown 10, and the Snickerdoodle variety of Lindt truffle and plantation rum, that is a winner in my book. Because you get the cinnamon from the candy because it's in there, and then the puff of the cigar and the retrohale just sort of pushes all that cinnamon forward, and then the drink of the rum kind of washes it back over the whole palate, and I'm like in Cinnamonville Heights right now.
Okay. I just had an incredible flavor bomb. So after that coating goes away a little bit, and
Okay.
there's still some of that white chocolate flavor, and then you hit the cigar, I may have to rethink my white chocolate situation. I was being a snob. Won't be the last time.
So what did you get when that sort of coating heaviness of the white chocolate went away, but there was a little bit of that vanilla residualness?
It really, the sweetness almost went up, and this sounds stupid to say, but the smokiness of that white chocolate did this thing that was unbelievable. I can't put it to words, but it was very good. Smell truffle.
What is this? Smell truffles. Sip
Weiss.
I'm guessing that was autocorrect. I'm guessing German,
like a honey Weiss or
wheat beer. Eat a sharp cheese and smoke 100% Palo de Oro fillers, which that's interesting because correct me if I'm wrong. Palo de Oro is known for dryness on the palate and salinity, where it's tastes dry, but then what that does is it causes your salivary glands to activate. So and then also the sharpness of the cheese would do the same thing. So it would really just kick your salivary glands into overdrive.
Let's make that happen.
I have to try. So smell truffles. Yeah, because truffles have that funky, earthy aroma to them. Musty, sort of like forest floor. Well, that's where they come from. Forest floor kind of, makes you salivate. There we go. The Traveler.
Have you seen that mushroom documentary yet?
No.
It's fantastic.
I need to see that.
I'm trying to decide if I want to go back to white chocolate. Yes, I do, because that was fantastic.
So if you guys ever find yourself in one of the areas of Dominican Republic that's kind of known as sort of the vacation resort area is Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It's basically, this section is just lined with resort after resort after resort. And they also nearby have a place called Mundo Autentico, which is sort of a shopping center. It's a variety of shopping experiences in one place. And most of the resorts in Punta Cana will, from those resorts, Mundo Autentico will give you free transportation to and from. And not only can you buy a lot of, souvenirs and things like that there, they also have a massive walk-in humidor from whence you can buy cigars from basically every cigar producing country in the world, including Cuba, if you're into that kind of thing. And they also have a small cigar factory there that is called the Don Lucas Cigar Factory. Oh, so we're passing around the white chocolate. And that small cigar factory, you can also, not only can you see cigars being made, you can also, they have sort of a little area where they'll take you through how they make, how they grow and harvest and brew and dry and all that with Dominican coffee and also with Dominican chocolate. And that was a great experience where you can smoke Dominican cigars, which are known to a lot of people as milder cigars, but they do definitely have a wide variety of different tobacco experiences. But it's cool. You can try out different coffees, different chocolates, and the cigars. And they also have a fantastic rum tasting bar there at this place. So if you're ever in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, you guys have to check that place out.
Justin.
Enhanced the leather notes of this cigar tenfold.
Oh, nice. So Justin says the white chocolate. I'm going to try the white chocolate with the rum and the cigar. So chocolate first, and then cigar, and then beverage.
Okay.
All right.
And for all of our listeners who are listening to this on the audio podcast as you work out, I just want to apologize.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Especially all of those that are on keto.
For those of you working out while you're listening to this, hats off and kudos to you.
Yep.
I'd love to know where you find your motivation. And yeah, the chocolate is it's overwhelmingly sweet.
It is very sweet, and it coats. So I would almost say, wait a second. I mean, you can have a, pull now, and you're going to get almost nothing. But as soon as you start to feel that slick go away,
it's like melted vanilla ice cream.
Correct. As soon as you start to feel that slick go away, that's when the smoke can penetrate, get into that palate.
And the retro.
Yeah, and I can't retro this cigar. It'll murder me.
Yeah, you're right. On the palate right now, the cigar, there's nothing. Now the retro hail, I did still get, a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of sweetness on the retro hail, but yeah, the palate is completely covered. I still taste nothing but melted vanilla ice cream. Even the rum, I got nothing. It's ice cream. That's all I taste.
It's a coater. As soon as that slickness starts to go away, which should be pretty quick here.
They have a truffle beer in France made by Gautier. Ooh.
Oh, Paulner. They make a great non-alcoholic.
Yeah, they do. That is actually available here. So I'm going to go pick up some of that. That beer is available here.
Yes.
At Total Wine. So I'm going to go pick some of that up.
And
I've had it before. It's been a few years.
That was one of, so being a recovering alcoholic, 26, nearly 27 years, trying to find a good non-alcoholic beer was always a struggle. The first one was Caliber by Guinness, actually makes it. It was a very good non-alcoholic beer. And then Paulner came out, and they actually have their regular, and then they have a citrus non-alcoholic as well. And both are very good. So this, you just made, okay, so this is a live shot.
That's fantastic. So zoom in on that pasta.
Oh my gosh. Is that eggs? Luciano, what is this?
I'm going to say
yeah. Erdinger does make a good non-alcoholic as well.
That looks fantastic. That looks absolutely incredible. So yes, now that that thick, heavy coating of the white chocolate has dissipated, then it's sort of like the cigar is turned up a notch. The flavors are basically the same, but it's just turned up a notch to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the sweetness is off the charts on the cigar. Yeah. That's cool. Luciano sending you unsolicited wet noodle pics. Yes.
Yeah. That's what he does. And I love him
I keep
for it.
going back to the Godiva,
Oh, and look at
super dark Godiva chocolate. Oh, truffle oil. Yep, truffle oil. Truffle oil is such a delicate ingredient because I've had it where chefs overuse it.
Yep.
But when it's used in just the right amount, oh my God, it's fantastic. I even did that once where I went way overboard with the truffle oil and it just tasted like feet.
Tastes like feet.
Tastes like feet.
Have you seen that?
Friends. The trifle. That was it's got English custard and vanilla custard and whipped cream and beef sauteed with peas and onions and a layer of ladyfingers and jam.
Tastes like feet.
2 drops of a highly concentrated truffle oil in the wheat beer. Okay, so I have a shopping list. Thank you, Luciano. I have a shopping list to pick up. Well, I have some truffle oil. So I got to pick up some Polaner wheat beer.
Yep.
And maybe I'll make some fresh pasta. I haven't made pasta in a long time. I'm so lazy just buying pasta, but making pasta can be fun.
It can be fun, but do you remember Ciatis?
Oh God, yeah, that was, for those of you who don't know, Ciatis was sort of a, I don't know, did they have it in other cities or was that just Twin Cities?
I think it was just local to the Twin Cities.
Yeah, so it was a chain of Italian restaurants in the Twin Cities area, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and they had maybe at their height they had 14 locations, something like that. So picture it
was like a dark Olive Garden
with food that was 27% better than Olive Garden.
Correct.
It was still like incredibly mediocre food.
Yeah.
But not as shitty as Olive Garden.
So I was that was my first waiter job was at Ciatis. And the head chef for the Ciatis came in to do a when the chef will make everything on the menu and have this night where everybody comes out and tastes all the food, right? And 2 of the dishes that they made were fresh pasta and everything else was made with dry pasta. And he said inherently the fresh pasta, people just think that's better. It'll be a big seller. In reality, the dry pasta will almost always outperform in flavor and performance than fresh pasta will. So after hearing that and seeing some stuff on cooking shows, I just know that fresh pasta may be fun to make, but dry pasta is really where more flavors and everything.
Plus, making pasta is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but
it's fun to do with your kids.
And
if
I
you
like
want
to
an
get that
activity
al
to
dente.
Yeah,
that's hard to get with fresh pasta.
It is, yeah. And Ciatis had, I don't know. Well, you since you waited tables there, you probably. Although it wasn't an on-menu drink, but it's a drink that every bartender at every Ciatis knew how to make. It was called the Italian Butterfly.
Yes.
So this was equal parts Bailey's and Frangelico and Amaretto. And it was the sweetest. It was basically dessert in a glass. And way, way, way too sweet. But that was sort of the dessert drink that they never put on the menu, but everybody orders when they were at Ciatis. Just poured some Wild Turkey single barrel. Ooh, very nice. Wild Turkey gets shit on.
I was just going to ask this. because it seems like Wild Turkey. So for me, growing up, now is there a cheap version of Wild Turkey? Because that's what my parents drank, was Wild Turkey. And when I see people say, Wild Turkey, I was like, is that really a respectable whiskey?
Straight up, pardon me, straight up Wild Turkey, the garden variety, 80 proof Wild Turkey is hot garbage.
Okay.
But the distillery makes some very good whiskeys. Wild Turkey 101 is highly underrated for a budget bourbon. Wild Turkey single barrel is very good. Russell's Reserve, which is from the same family of distillers, very good. So yeah,
Okay.
But yeah, standard garden variety Wild Turkey is hot garbage.
Sure.
Yeah. And that's the stuff so I used to play darts in a bar league. And when you got a hat trick, 3 bullseyes in a row, you had to do a shot of Wild Turkey.
Did you ever have to do that?
Yes. And
wow,
it's something,
you're a big deal.
it's something that basically you're like, I don't want to shoot. It's a double-edged sword because you want to score that triple bullseye, but you don't want to have to do a shot of Wild Turkey after you do. So you're getting ready to throw that third dart, and you're like, how bad do I really want this? I used to be
cricket.
Yeah, cutthroat cricket, which is basically in reverse, where once you make your bids, then you just start giving points to the other team. That was our game of choice. I used to have my own darts, and yeah, I was way too into it. Tone 80. I'm guessing you mean Tonya.
Maybe he's had too much Tonya.
Maybe you've had too much. No, Tonya. If you're talking about like as in Nicaraguan Budweiser, that's what I call it. Nicaraguan Budweiser.
The king of beers in Nicaragua.
Yeah, it's that's like the staple. Oh, three bullseyes. I don't understand. Ton 80. I don't know if I've ever seen that term. If it's we just called it a hat trick because we were in hockey country when we played darts. So
well,
is it?
I think so.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Oh, good Lord. It's 9:44.
Right.
I just dropped something. I don't know what it was.
The cork.
Probably wasn't important. It is now time for this week's Numero de los Muertos. And as always, on How About That Cigar Live, Numero de los Muertos is brought to us by our friends at Smoke Inn. All right. Numero de los Muertos, episode 146. Garrett, what do you have for us this week?
This is a fun one. Since 1912, 8 individuals, people, and 3 animals have died doing this.
Together?
All right. As always, viewers,
Throughout the years, not all at the same time.
if you guys have guesses, please leave them in the comments. Since 1912, 8 humans and 2 animals, 3 animals have died doing this. Worldwide?
Worldwide. Archery. No.
I would love to see an animal do archery. It's like in the Robin Hood Disney cartoon. Wasn't Robin Hood a fox? I think he was a fox in that movie. Cupid guess. That was very good.
Yeah. Eating a beach ball. Gonna go with no.
That's a great guess.
Swim
Except
to an
that
island. Ooh.
Trapeze.
Interesting. No.
So Okay, 1912. Since 1912.
Yep. And the last one was 2010.
Ooh, recent. Would this be considered a workplace accident?
For these people, yes.
Okay.
And animals. Ooh. Going over Niagara Falls. No.
That's a very good guess.
It is.
Because, yeah, it's probably not
2010 was a human.
not that many. 2010 was is it related to sports?
It is related to sports. It is not going to space.
Is it related to a sport that takes place in the Olympics?
It is the Olympics.
It is the Olympics.
It is the Olympics.
Woo!
Summer and Winter Olympics.
Wow, that's
8 competitors.
8 competitors died.
3 animals. What animals?
Oh, horses
Yes.
in the
So
Don't
there's
tell
no
me.
way that this
Steeplechase.
There's no way that this was women's pole vaulting.
or the
I don't think-
equestrian.
Yes.
Equestrian.
Yeah.
So since 1912, 8 competitors have died during an Olympic event.
Mhm.
Wow. Were any of them, do you happen to have a breakdown of what they...
So the the most common 3 of the deaths. Do you want to take a stab at?
Was it fencing?
No, that's
Well,
funny.
you said take a stab. I just thought maybe before they wore protective gear, it was fencing. They're like, you actually play to the death.
No. So you guys try and guess the most dangerous.
Water polo.
No.
Boxing.
No, that was 1 death.
Weightlifting.
No,
Wrestling.
not javelin. Grant.
Luge.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. They get going pretty friggin' fast with
Yeah, 3 deaths.
very little protective. And they used to ride without helmets.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep, the luge, the individual.
Skiing, I know there was one in skiing
2.
once. Oh, 2. Okay.
There's been 2. So I think we covered them. Boxing, 3 luge, 2 downhill skiing, a glider.
Glider.
Yeah, there was one that was gliding.
They do gliding in
I
the
don't-
Olympics?
They did at one point.
So
Oh.
how did the animals die?
The equestrian.
Yeah, the
so-
horse equestrian jumping.
Now, I will say that one of the horses didn't die. They had to be put down because it was a
Oh, because of the injuries.
broken leg.
Yeah.
But the other 2 did die from either a heart attack or stroke or something. But yeah, so the Olympics.
That's crazy. And the event in the Winter Olympics, the biathlon, where they cross country ski and then stop and shoot targets.
No,
No
did not end up on the list.
no deaths.
No deaths.
No deaths. They're shooting dangerous firearms and no deaths.
Correct.
So the safest event in the Olympics uses firearms. I'm joking. It's not the safest event in the Olympics. The safest event in the Olympics has got to be curling.
Gliding. So 1936.
19
Old event.
Gliding. Interesting. So in planes,
Downhill skiing, luge, speed skiing, luge. Fencing. Did get one.
oh, fencing did. Okay. Crazy. Well, I got to say, out of all the people who have, if you add up all the different people who've competed in the Olympics over the decades, only 8 human deaths and 3 animal deaths. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good odds.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So that was this week's Numero de los Muertos. All right. So let's do a lightning round
Ooh.
just for fun, which I don't think we've done all these questions, but we'll mix it up a little bit here. And we have a fantastic new sponsor for the lightning round, and that is our friends at J.C. Newman Cigars. J.C. Newman Cigar Company is America's oldest family-owned premium cigar maker, creators of the popular Brick House, Perla Del Mar, Diamond Crown, and The American. J.C. Newman Cigar Company operates out of their 112-year-old El Reloj factory in historic Cigar City of Tampa, Florida. For more information on their cigars or their visitor experience, please visit jcnewman.com. And as you can see on the screen right now, if you guys go to howaboutthatcigar.com and you click on this advertisement bar on the right-hand side of your screen, click on that red button to be entered to win a beautiful whiskey set from Diamond Crown with 2 beautiful crystal whiskey glasses and some lovely whiskey stones to keep your beverage cool without watering it down. So go to howaboutthatcigar.com right now to enter that contest to win that lovely prize. So for a little bit of a lightning round, Garrett, I haven't asked you this yet. If you were suddenly a billionaire, what would be the first thing you would spend your money on?
After I save the trees and
after you save the trees and the spotted owl and the
leopard whale,
the ring-tailed spotted ferret bat.
Mm-hmm.
This is too much dead air for a podcast.
I know. I'm gonna probably.
I mean, let's say we're talking the first unnecessary thing. Like you win the money, you hire a tax attorney, you take care of all the dollars and cents and all the math, and you pay off every bill you've ever had and all that stuff. What's that first like splurge fun purchase you're gonna make?
I want to say it's between 2 things. It's buying a cigar factory or buying all of my friends a Bitcoin.
Ooh, buying all your friends a Bitcoin. That's cool. I'll take one. A cigar factory, that's that's the last thing I would do.
Man. Because then it would be my
be your playground.
It'd be my playground.
Yeah.
I'd hire.
I like Skip's. Skip would buy a helicopter.
Hectolopter.
A hectolopter.
Yep.
Helicopter.
Yeah. One of my kids.
Oh, a hectolopter.
Hectolopter.
I love that. I would buy a helicopter just so I could hunt hogs out of it.
Okay, so let's talk about. I mean, we've got Kobe Bryant. We've got.
Oh yeah, people die in helicopters. Abe's talked about this.
Yeah,
it's like the least safe form.
I'm on Team Abe with the helicopter thing.
I've never been in a helicopter.
I haven't either. Skip, how many helicopter jumps did you do?
Justin, what would you buy? Justin doesn't know.
I'd have to think harder than Garrett would.
He's got to think about it.
How about you?
It would be
private island.
My first
private island. I like it.
No, it would be. I would want it to be something I could enjoy right away. So it would probably be some outrageous car. And it would be something I would want to have accessible right away. I mean, I think of the first car that I was absolutely obsessed with as a kid that I wanted so desperately bad, which is a 1965 Corvette Stingray. And it's funny because 65s aren't necessarily one of the more sought after years.
63.
But 65, for whatever reason, is the 65 Stingray just is, that's the car that I love to look at. Probably when I got in and drove it, I probably wouldn't love it so much. But then, yeah, something newer like a Bugatti or something like that. Yeah, and I'd probably get in it and drive it 3 times and then sell it.
Yeah. Ferrari 458.
Yes.
Other things on the item are like John Bonham's last drum kit.
Oh yeah. And a plane, not a plane that I would fly,
Like a jet.
like buy my own jet and hire a crew, so my family and I could just at the drop of a hat go wherever we felt like going. Basically, that would be pretty sweet to have that kind of freedom. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, never have to buy it again, ever, what would it be?
Go ahead, Justin.
Money.
Okay, well, let's say it can't be money. Let's say it has to be.
That's like asking for more wishes.
Yeah, it's like asking for more. So let's say money is no object and you already have all the cigars you need. I know what mine is, and nobody has ever said it on the show when we've asked them this question. And I can't believe nobody's ever answered this.
All right.
What? Gasoline.
That is
Gasoline.
Solid. But
if you never ever had to pay for gasoline again, imagine how freeing that would be to never.
I want to look at this clip in 20 years and see how interesting that statement is.
In 20 years when gasoline is $37 a gallon.
Or unneeded for a vehicle.
I don't think we're 37 years away from that. I mean, we'll have that debate later, but.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
For me, all right, I'm going to go with, I mean, can it, no, I don't know, man. I'm going to go with ammo.
Oh, that is a fantastic answer because it is in very short supply and very high cost. Free electricity for life. That's a great answer. That's a fantastic answer.
Is solid.
Yep. I dig it. So you didn't answer the first. Justin didn't answer the first question. Did you figure out?
He did. He said private island.
Oh, private island. Yeah. What about what would you want an unlimited supply of forever? Food. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Private chef.
Oh yeah.
Who always has every ingredient you could ever want. Mm-hmm. Never run out of. Jeez.
Eggs Benny.
You're going to go with Eggs Benny for the rest of your life?
No, not. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Say to your private chef.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be the first thing you ask for is Eggs Benny.
A good hollandaise sauce made from scratch.
You can make hollandaise in 5 minutes.
No, you can't.
Sure, you can.
Not quite 5 minutes.
No, 10 minutes. 15 tops.
Yeah, but to learn how to get it and not break it.
Oh, yeah.
That takes.
Hey,
I think
hollandaise is like hearts. It's made to be broken. All right, that is this week's lightning round. Let's get into notable smokables, brought to us by our friends at Ace Prime. Notable cigars, notable passion, notable purpose. So, as you guys know, each week we name some cigars we have smoked recently that were notable to us. They could be on the market for years and we just revisited them for the first time in a while, or it could be a cigar that's brand new that we tried for the first time ever. So, Garrett, did you have a notable smokable this week?
I did. I smoked a Between the Lines. I don't know how old it was, but it was the best Between the Lines I've ever had. For those who know me, the Hemingway series in general is one of my favorites. It's a great series. It was my first cigar, so there's a nostalgic part of me. And I always thought that the Between the Lines was more just a
Gimmick. You can say gimmick.
Gimmicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a design feature. It's a
Yeah. And I
it's-
appreciate it, whether it's functional or not functional for the flavor.
totally
They're pretty.
totally, and they're cool to look at, and
Yep.
it's something. It's a step above. It's something that's just sort of enhances the experience. That it's like, hey, this cigar has an extra bit of artistry added to it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
No idea how old it was, but it was fantastic.
Nice. My notable this week was it was interesting because I thought I was going crazy when I smoked it. So yesterday, during the second half of the Super Bowl, I fired up an Epic Maduro Lancero, and I had not had the Lancero in the Epic Maduro before.
I haven't had it.
And I thought I was crazy while I was sitting there smoking this thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I kept getting this flavor from it that I thought I'm losing my mind. And I went
You
back
literally
in
said that.
I went back in my mind thinking, what have I eaten? What have I had to drink? Because I kept thinking something had to have influenced the way the cigar is tasting to me. The flavor I kept getting was mint. And that is a flavor that I rarely ever get when I'm sitting down and actually thinking about what I'm tasting from a cigar. Very rare that I get that. And this super dark Maduro Lancero, I'm getting this flavor of mint throughout the beginning to end of this cigar. And I thought I was crazy until today I get this text from Richard Fox, who is a friend of ours that also is at the works part-time at Sodi Cigar, and he grabbed one off the shelf and smoked it, and he sent me a text saying, what flavor did you get from that Epic Maduro Lancero? Because I posted a picture of it, I think, or something like that. And I said, why do you ask? Because I didn't want to give anything away in case,
Mhm.
you know. I said, why do you ask? He said, because Grant is sitting here with me, and Grant was with us watching the game, and Grant knows what I said. And I said it was mint, and he said, okay, good. I want to know I'm not crazy. So now we at least have
Really?
another person who said the same thing, where for whatever reason there was this, and it wasn't like, you know, the cigar smelled like mint or anything. It's not an infused cigar.
Right.
It's just sometimes those you know, the fermentation or the curing or whatever of certain tobacco leaves can put certain flavors in your brain that just make you stop and wonder if you're a little crazy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was definitely mint, and not like, you know, not like toothpaste or like you know, chewing on a candy mint, just like smelling like freshly crushed up mint leaves, you know, kind of
Mhm.
sensation,
Mm-hmm.
almost cooling on the palate, which is very strange. But it was, I don't know.
I can't wait to try it.
That was good stuff. So to give our viewers and listeners, what do we have? Oh, thank you very much. And that was this week's Notable Smokable, brought to you by Ace Prime, improving lives through fine cigars. Visit aceprime.com to learn more. So, to give you guys an idea of some very cool stuff we have coming up in the next few weeks. Next Monday night on the 21st, we have Gerard from Jake Wyatt Cigars. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And then on the 28th of February, closing out the month, we have Sin Coburn from Dissident Cigars. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. As always, if you guys have any questions for Garrett or myself, make sure to email us directly on the website, howaboutthatcigar.com. Thank you so much for watching the episode tonight. It was kind of cool doing some different pairings,
Mhm.
trying out some chocolates. We've done a little bit of chocolate here and there, but this was really kind of in depth, and we appreciate all the comments and questions that were coming along during the way tonight, you know, from Skip and Luciano and all you other guys, giving us some very good tips, stuff we want to try in the future.
Yep.
And that's why we do this. We want to, you know, maximize the enjoyment, so we can find new stuff to enjoy with the cigars that we like so much. So be sure to continue following us on all social media at HBT Cigar. And of course, until we see you guys next time, burn cigars,
not bridges.
See you guys. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.